So I'm in the back of the car, and I'm getting something out of the car. And the person walked up to me and said, "I swear to tell you, your son's dead."
Nico was forced to lie about the murder or murders of one of her closest cousins, Danielle, and another cousin, was more distant cousin, but still a cousin, Donald Ewing.
It's just that it was that. And then I think about all of that happened. It was like I was being shot so many times. You know.
Through word of mouth, we heard that they had caught the guy who killed my nephew and my cousin. You know, there's nothing more to do except for we wanted to go to the trial to find out what happened, why it was Don shot and Donald. Nikki was testifying, my cousin Nikki. And I sat in the room and listened to Nikki talk and point, and they asked her to point out who was the person that shot and killed my nephew and Don, and she pointed to that guy. So, you know, she wasn't Nikki that I knew. Something ain't right here. You know, it doesn't add up. Well, that same day when Nikki came out, I said, "Nikki," I said, "you look so nervous. So what's going on here?" She said, "That wasn't the guy." I said, "You mean to tell me you went up there and said that this was the guy that killed my nephew and your cousin?" She said, "I had to do it because the detective said he was going to take my children from me." I said, "Are you serious?" And so she said, "Yeah." She said, "And I couldn't take my kids, so I just went on and did what they wanted me to do." And the next thing I knew, they found him guilty, Lamont. And Lamont stood up like, "What?" You know, like he was shocked that they found him guilty. Not only me, I'm sure that everybody in the courthouse who came to listen to it, in the family, my family or Lamont's family, they all knew that that was not the right guy.
No one believed it. No one cared. It was like I was all alone with this situation. So over the years, I fought so hard until I had two nerves, not one. Actually, I actually wanted to end my life because I felt I let him down. I took my son to see what the police wanted. I believed in the system, and they said give them 15 minutes, and I did, and I didn't never get my son.
You know, at first it seemed like just a fairly simple case of mistaken eyewitness identification. But the more we investigated and the more we dug, the more we discovered the complexities in it and some of the really dark aspects of the case. The investigation that was done primarily by one police detective, and we had many people not only tell us but later swear in affidavits that his reputation in the community was as a crooked, corrupt cop, and that he was known for sexually exploiting poor and powerless females, and particularly Black women.
Yeah, but you know, it's like when you go to the movie, you go watch a movie, a gangster movie, but you know, you pinch yourself and you say, well, wait a moment, is this real? Because, you know, you grew up in life and you have a good parents and raising, you don't know nothing about that type of lifestyle. Nobody knows about crooked policemen or people going out shooting people. You know, no one has the right to take a life but God. And then you see, no one has the right to lie like that when people can be in jail for many years and you don't have a heart to understand. You know, you're cold and you don't care.
And as long as Lamont stayed in jail, that there was no closure. The other part to me not technically being able to close it is because the people that truly did cause harm the judge, the prosecutor, the mayor, the chief of police, the detective. These were people who caused the harm. Because that particular week, 5 black men had been killed. And if you look back on it, these same people were in charge at that time. So 5 mothers plus me. And this is how you treat people. I can never be made whole. I just can't be. But she was made whole. Again.
Courtroom simply erupted. 23 years of frustration wiped away in a moment of sheer joy.
Ain't that good? Yeah,
Get it back.
Ain't that good? Yeah. That's what I'm waiting on right here, man. That's what I'm talking about, mama. Ain't that good? Damn, that's what I'm talking about.
Among the many in the crowd, the woman whose testimony helped the prosecution lock him up.
That's over with. I mean, you can let that go. You can let that go. You ain't got to worry about that. I forgive you. I've been forgave you a long time ago.
When we left that courthouse, I said, I want to walk down that walkway with my child, holding my child's hand. I wanted us the sun on our face. I want him to feel the wind in his head. I wanted to thank my Heavenly Father. And we walked down that path, and that I couldn't give that moment. I will never forget that moment, ever.
Good to see all you people. Y'all look nicer outside. Man, look good out here. That's old, man. Yeah, man. I love you, man. I love this. God is good. God is good. Helping this innocent project and all these people that help me out. You know, some good people out there. God is good. I appreciate everybody who supported me and loved me and walked me through this. And it was a difficult thing, but we here, so that means support and love is active. And I'm glad that everybody showed up out here to experience this with me. I appreciate it.